Hey everybody, Sidewinder here with Static Impulse Gaming, and it's Friday, so we're playing World of Warships. Today we're on the map Solomon Islands, and I'm in my Tier 3 German battleship, the Nassau, and as you can see, quite a few other people are also, and that is because the patch 5.10 just dropped this week, and that's the one that had the German battleship line in it. It does have 6 primary turrets with 2 guns each, and they have a range stock of 9.2 kilometers. You can upgrade them to 10 kilometers. It is arranged kind of like the Kawach. It has one front and rear turret, and then it's got 2 turrets on each side. Which is kind of nice because if you have ships on both sides of you, you can fire a little quicker on either side. The turrets do, however, turn very slowly, and you'll kind of see that later on in this video, but that's one thing that is very frustrating about the Kawach. It has great reload time, but the turrets take forever to turn. It's also not a very fast ship. It does, however, have great secondaries. It has 16 88mm HE secondaries, which fire out to 4-kilometer range, and 12 150mm armor piercing secondaries, which also fire out to 4 kilometers. And that's actually a full kilometer more than you get with the Kawach and the South Carolina. Both of them have a secondaries range of 3 kilometers. So the more damage you can do further out, the better you are. I do have just the standard consumables of Damage Control 1 and Repair 1. I have my commander with basic firing training, which gives minus 10% reload time for the secondaries. And with all those secondaries, that's definitely going to help me out. It also gives plus 10% damage per second to the anti-aircraft guns. Unfortunately, in this round, I am running a stock hull, which does not have any anti-aircraft guns on it. So that part does me no good. Now, when you upgrade the hull, you do get 4 anti-aircraft guns. I also have Expert Marksman, which gives me plus 0.7 degrees per second turret traverse speed, which I will use for this ship and my future battleships in this line, because I'll take this commander with me. As you can see, we're heading towards the western side of the islands right now, and that destroyer, that Isakazi, popped smoke for us, gave us some great cover so we can fire on those ships as they round the corner without them even knowing that we're there. I am detected right now, unfortunately, from that destroyer that's behind us, but that soon goes away and I'll be able to fire from cover, or concealment rather, for a little bit. I'm trying to make my way around this corner just a little bit so I can try and take out that cruiser. The Nassau is just out at the edge of my range, so by the time my rounds get there, even if I fired at maximum range, probably would have still missed because he would have outran them. They do have a very low arc, which gets them to the target fast, but I still don't think they would have hit him before he got out of range. Fortunately for me, this call shrew is coming around the corner, and he is fully broadside, so I will take that shot any day. That is another disadvantage with the Nassau here. It has horrible dispersion on its primary guns. As you saw there, the rounds went everywhere. They still do have good enough grouping though to take him out on that second salvo. And so now I am focusing on this other Nassau that was coming up on us, and that's Vietlana. Popped out just as I was getting ready to fire, and again fully broadside. That was a really hard, that would have been really hard to pass up, so I took that shot, and now I'm hoping to finish him off, but my teammate ended up taking him out before I had a chance to. Now it's 2 battleships and a destroyer against 2 battleships and a destroyer on this side of the map. So I'm focusing on the closest battleship right now. He's broadside to me and focused on my teammate, so gives me a great opportunity to try and get some penetrating rounds in there. And I am well within range of my secondaries right now. As you can see, they're just firing away. Got 5 hits on him, and now I am concentrating on this other Nassau over here. My secondaries again are just, I have selected him, and they are already 6 hits in just a couple of seconds. And he is also broadside to me. I'm trying to keep my armor angled to, even though it's really hard to fire on them without staying broadside on this battleship. I do still try and keep my armor mostly angled. And remember the fundamentals of fighting with a battleship. Unfortunately, in that scuffle, my friendly destroyer got taken out right before we took out that battleship. So now it's just me and the enemy destroyer over here, as our destroyer at the middle of the map and battleship are both heading northeast to help out on that side of the map. And instead of going around the backside of the island, I decided to go ahead and head back towards my flag, so that I was not stuck taking on a destroyer in his domain. And I'm trying to just keep a as narrow of a silhouette as I can as I basically try and get back to my team before this destroyer is able to torpedo me. And as you can see, he had turned. Looks like he's going to try and chase me down. So I am at full speed right now, trying to make it back to my team. Unfortunately, they are quite a large distance off, so I'm probably not going to make it to them before I have to engage this destroyer. I have switched to high explosive rounds. as high explosive does a lot more damage to destroyers than armor piercing will do, because armor piercing just goes right through them. I saw my situational awareness pop up, so I'm selecting him with my secondaries and trying to bring any guns around to fire on him that I can without turning completely broadside to him and giving him an easy target for torpedoes. My secondaries are actually doing a pretty good job, and right here, as you can tell, I am barely turning, and my turrets cannot keep up with that turn. I had to turn back the other way to get any of my turrets on target. And I was trying to hit my repair. I accidentally hit the damage control, which, as you'll see here in just a moment, was probably my fatal mistake in this round. All in all, the Nassau isn't a bad tier 3 battleship. I do enjoy playing it. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It's a very close range ship. But it has decent guns, and the secondaries do a pretty good job. Especially as you can see right here, fighting off this destroyer. Yeah, I am having to dodge torpedoes left and right, but my secondaries are hitting a decent amount of time, and I'm just trying to get my turrets to finally get to where I can fire. And I was able to take him out, but my fatal mistake earlier was accidentally hitting that damage control instead of repair, and I flooded out. But we do have an aircraft carrier, 3 other battleships, and a destroyer left against their 3 battleships. So I decided to go ahead and launch our destroyer. He's over there in the back. I figured he's capping. He'll give a pretty exciting ending to the video. Unfortunately, it's just a lot of missed torpedoes, and the battleship is able to take him out. So once he takes him out, I switched over to our highest HP battleship, and he actually has probably more health than the rest of their team combined. And him, along with help from our aircraft carrier here, are able to finish off the last 3 battleships. And the aircraft carrier gets his bombers in to weaken that last one, and brings in his torpedo bombers here to finish him off, and that gives us the win. And all in all, not too bad of a match. Like I said, it's the German battleship Nassau isn't a bad ship. I do enjoy playing it. It does take a little bit of getting used to it. It is a pretty close-up ship, but it does have pretty decent armor as long as you keep it angled, and pretty good guns. I'll be interested to play the German battleships when every other ship isn't a German battleship. I think it'll be more fun when there's a mix of other ships again, but I'll try and unlock the couple more tiers worth of German battleships just to show you guys what they're like. Like I said, not a bad round. I did do 53,754 damage. I got 41 hits, 5 of which were incapacitations, 3 kills, 30 secondary hits, and I got 926 base XP on that. Let me know what you guys think of this video in the comments below. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.